long as you stay kind of right here. Thank you
Hi,
so much.
everybody. Oh, I can see you guys. Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. Okay. So now we're taking care of our bodies. If you need to wiggle a little, move. It's important. It's part of one of the pillars. As you can see there, we have 6 most important pillars of health to focus on our daily lifestyle. Sleep, meditation, movement, physical activity, healthy emotions, self-care, including grounding. This is something that is one of the classes we're going to do on self-care. We're going to do a lot of fun stuff. After all, self-care is when you are having fun, when you're bringing joy into your life. Without joy, why live? And of course, optimal nutrition, which is going to be the next class. The next class is going to be, and I'm going to bring some goodies. Oh, I'm accepting just little tiny donations if you have something to give me, because I'm going to be buying delicious stuff for us to taste in the next class. We have to figure out how that works. Anyway, but all of those pillars that you see up there that we need to do it cannot be the same for everyone. It just doesn't work that way. You know, some people like running every day. I don't. I'm gonna be very clear. I don't like running. I hate it actually. So my thing is walking, swimming, in the heat, never in the cold, when I like summer. But anyway, because we're all different, right? Some people have a little more fire in them, so those people like to be in the cold water because they need to control that fire, right? Some people are cold all the time. They have dry skin and all that. So what do they need? A little warmth, cozy blanket, a little soup, right? Lots of water. Yeah. And there are some people that don't like movement at all. And those people need to be poked because they need movement. How do we poke these people? Ooh, I'm gonna teach you that. I'm gonna teach you how to get yourself motivated to do what you need to do to take care of yourself, to feel balanced, to feel healthy. And so we're gonna learn what to do to sleep better. We're gonna learn the importance of meditation, and meditation is not that monk that is sitting up on the top of the Himalayas naked. No, it's not austere. It doesn't have to be austere. It doesn't have to be chore. We're gonna learn how to make it natural, because it is natural. Belongs to everyone, it's natural. We're just disconnected right now because of the way the world is, because of social media, because of all the stress of work and all the other stuff that happens. So we forget that that's one of the best tools to bring yourself back to balance. And then we're gonna do, even movement, even like yoga poses are good for certain people and not good for others. So we're gonna learn a few poses that will balance your constitution. So everybody has a different constitution, but everybody has all the qualities of all the 5 elements in their constitution. So they have in Ayurveda, they have found out that most people have basically 3 doshas. They haven't found any others. So let's say that there are only 3 doshas. And the three doshas are combinations of the qualities of these elements. And we're gonna go back to my artwork. Okay, let's see the next slide, John, please. All right. We're going to start with my artwork here. All right. So, okay. The first one, do you remember the qualities of these elements? What are the qualities of these elements? Movement. What else? Yeah. So the space, the potentiality. So there can be movement. There is some drying element here too. There is some cooling element here too, right? So we come to, okay, we already talked about that. I'm sorry, we should be changing to the next slide, please. All right. Okay, next, please. Oh, the 5 elements. Look at how beautiful they are. If you want to know all the Sanskrit words, how you pronounce space in Sanskrit is Akasha, fire, Tejas, air, Vayu, and we have water here, Jala, and Prithivi, so cute. Anyway, next slide, please. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna ditch my artwork now because we have pretty there, right? All right, so Vata, the most important quality here is movement, and without space, there cannot be any movement, right? So next slide, John. And then there is gonna be Pitta. We're gonna talk about all of them a little bit more in depth. But we have the second dosha is Pitta, which has the elements of fire and water. So this water is not cooling water, it's hot steam water, right? So we're gonna see what these elements do both in the mind and in the body, okay? The next slide, please. All right. So the other is Kapha. Kapha is a great calming force because it's cooling, and it comes and brings structure and protection for everything, right? So we have the 3 main doshas. Can I see the next slide, John, please? All right, so we have here the qualities of air and space in Vata. And I want you to think about these qualities and see, and I'm saying that everybody has all the 5 elements, okay? There's no possibility that anybody doesn't have one of them. But some of us have more of some and less of others. Okay, for a person that is, let's say, a Vata person, let's look at the qualities there. So a Vata person has more cold, it's light in weight, not light in brightness like the fire, right? And dry and sharp. It's irregular, so you will see that it as the mind is going everywhere, your attention is going everywhere. Your even the bowel movements can be irregular. So one day you are constipated, and the other one is you're running, and so that's very common. This irregularity for Vata, and it's rough. And mobile means movement, right? and it's quick and changeable. So it's easy, and you can see a lot of that happening with dogs. They get, not all of them, but they get distracted very easily by certain things when they are in a walk. They want to sniff everything, they want to go, and they're interested in everything, right? All right. So in a body, the person that has more vata in them, you will see that they are thin, the light frame, they have that pattern of variable digestion, dry skin and hair, cold hands and feet. And I am saying not all vatas are constantly cold, but they tend to be. They are sensitive to the temperature. And it's a person that moves a lot and walks quickly. I'm seeing myself there. Moves and talks quickly. Oh, I'm seeing myself there again. And quick and imaginative, resists routine. So they are more spontaneous and they are open to and adaptable, right? And so because they welcome new experiences. Okay. So here again, think of what are these qualities that you have. You don't have to have all of them, but see, do you have them? Nancy, you can bring your table closer. Let me just stay there. Oh, you're Nancy too? Oh, okay. All right, but yeah, please welcome to get closer so you can see the screen. All right, going on. Okay, so the next one is we're going to talk about Pitta. And John, you can change that. Pitta. So look at those. Oh, that's right. I almost forgot. I'm glad that I have the cheat sheet there because I would have skipped it. Okay, let's stay with Vata for a little while. All right, so that's actually what I wanted to tell you, that there is a Vata that is in balance and there is a Vata that is out of balance. So when we have this predominant dosha, or any of the others too, when we have a predominant dosha, if we are balanced, we can use all those qualities and characteristics to our benefit and the benefit of others. So looking at a balanced Vata, they are energetic, they are creative, adaptable, they show initiative. How do you pronounce it? Initiative?
That's it.
Yeah, good. Thanks. They are good communicators, they are spontaneous, enthusiastic, and lively, bubbly people that are irresistible. Yeah. And imbalanced. So what happened when there is too much of something? When there is too much of the Vata qualities, they have an overactive mind, anxiety, worry, inconsistency, insomnia, which is a result of all that, constipation, too much dryness in the digestive system, gas and bloating, and the same thing, too much air there, and fatigue, because there is no way that we can save that energy. There's a lot of expenditure of the energy. And so the person can feel exhausted. Anyway, going on, we're going to learn, when we learn nutrition and the emotional balance and the meditation and self-care, we're going to learn how to get yourselves that are mostly Vata into balance. Next slide, please. All right, so we talked about Pitta. We said that Pitta has fire and water, right? And it's all about transformation. The fire causes things to change, right? But when there is too much fire, what happens? It burns everything out, right? So we can have fire in the mind. We can have too much fire in the body too. they have just enough. And the people that have that dosha as the predominant dosha, and they are balanced and aware, they are amazing people, right? So anyway, okay, the qualities. See if you guys identify or if you see any of those qualities in you. So we have hot, light, oily, intense, penetrating, pungent. And pungent can be also food, like spices. Like, for example, I love cayenne pepper. Cayenne pepper gives a little heat to my food because I like hot stuff. Not super hot, just enough. And sharp and acidic and moist. You can see those things in the personality, right? And in the body, Pitta person is not as small framed like a Vata. They have more muscle. They are more like incarnated, I want to say. And so they have a medium build, strong appetite. Oh my gosh, Pittas can eat anything. They're like goats. They can eat wood pieces. They can eat cans. They digest everything if they are balanced. They can eat, and they need to eat because they burn a lot of energy. They burn. They have a lot of fire. So they have, all the other doshas are always so jealous about the Pitta digestive system because they don't gain weight. They can eat anything and everything. They can eat 3 times as much as me, and they don't gain weight. I'm talking about my husband. Okay, and they have the delicious warm hands and feet. They are cozy. They are like furnaces. They don't feel cold. They have sharp intellect. They are like, don't distract me from this right now. I need to finish this, and you'd better come and help me. Because if you don't help me here, I'm gonna be micromanaging your stuff. I am gonna be telling you how to do your stuff too. So anyway, and they are direct and precise. They have amazing intellect. They are clear. So they help, if people have these double doshas, the Vata and the Pitta, they can go anywhere, they can do anything and accomplish anything they want. It's an amazing combination. They have to be careful not to get burned out, but there comes something very important next. They like an organized routine. They don't like clutter. They like everything organized and clean, which is great, don't you think? Have a Pitta with you sometimes, but be cautious. Because when they explode, we're gonna talk about it next. They are ambitious and courageous too. So it's a good company up to a point. When they get imbalanced, oh my goodness. Can go ahead and change them. All right, so a balanced Pitta is bright and warm and friendly and focused, intelligent, decisive, natural leader, strong digestion, which is what I'm jealous about, and passionate, right? However, depending on the diet and depending on the lifestyle and depending on what a Pitta gets exposed to, this is what happens. Angry, irritable, excessively critical, judgmental, aggressive. They even have skin rashes because then the fire is coming out through their skin, right? And inflammation and indigestion. So acid reflux, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. and loose stools. So that's when you have too much fire in your system. So that's, are you seeing some of the characteristics of both doshas in you already? Because we have them all, just in more or less intensity. Now comes the one that calms down everything. The one that is, you can go ahead and change the slide, John, please. So we have the kapha, the sweet, nurturing, cooling, calming kapha. We want a little bit of that. I need a little bit of that too. Okay. So the inner characteristics, qualities of the kapha is cold and heavy, solid and stable and smooth, oily, slow, steady, and soft. So can you see how this controls and balances the vata and the pitta qualities? Right? Because the vata is dry and moves too much, doesn't stop. Needs some pitta to bring some focus and warmth. And then if it's too much, we need that to balance. We need a little bit of moisture and cooling in the mind and calming in the mind and in the body as well. So the characteristics for this kapha, for the person that has more kapha, would be more heavy set. So they are not like the hummingbird that is all light. The hummingbird is usually the representation for the vata dosha. The pitta dosha is represented, or people like to say that it's more like an eagle, a bald eagle. They focus, they are hungry, they go get it done, right? They don't think twice. They are focused on that. And then there is kapha. I wonder what animal you think a kapha could be represented by.
Bunny rabbit.
Huh?
A bear.
Aw, that's cute.
I thought a bear.
A bear, yeah, that's a very good too, because heavy set, smooth skin, thick hair, deep sound sleep. We want to sleep like a kapha does. Kapha are good sleepers. They are slow moving, they don't get bothered. You know, the world can be collapsing out there. Yeah, it's collapsing. Yeah. They have such great stamina. They get nourished deeply. They are easygoing. They have a thoughtful nature, so they're very kind and warm. They want to embrace everyone and include everyone. They are detail-oriented. They do enjoy routine, and they are methodical. They don't like change. So sometimes we feel like we resist change, right? Everybody, that's a little bit of kapha there. But the spontaneous us, one that is in us, that one is a little bit of vata. But then we need a little order and a focus, so we need a little pitta. So now we're going to be remembering all these qualities. Think about them. Let's stop for a moment, and we're gonna do a little game here. It's not a game, it's just a quiz. So, all right, so I'm gonna make sure, I think the next slide will explain. Let's see if I remember well. Oh, we forgot again. I forgot about the balanced and the imbalanced kapha. So, there it is. Our beautiful kapha is steady, consistent, loyal, strong, grounded, supportive, loving, content, calm, patient, the best friend you want to have. He's a kapha. Not saying that all of the others are not good friends. I'm just kidding. Okay. But when kapha has been out of balance due to food preferences, and that's everybody, food preferences can either help you go back to your balanced self or take you out of that balanced self. When it's imbalanced, it's dull, inert, needy, clingy, attached, congested. So the congested means like when you have a cold, for example again. When you have a cold, your nose is running, you feel all congested in your chest, and you're like, you have that phlegm and stuff. That's very kapha. That's a kapha force. So what we need to do is warm it up. An early tip before our nutrition class, ginger and cayenne pepper. Okay. And overweight, because it's like they tend to use the food as something soothing and comforting. So that's why we like to eat stuff that we know we're not supposed to eat, but we do. So it's our kapha talking there. We want ice cream, we want cookies, crackers, cake. That's kapha. And that obviously is too much energy. And because they are slow and their digestion is slow, they retain the weight. So people that have that tendency of holding on to weight I'm not saying that they are kapha in nature, but they are, their kapha is out of balance. Okay. They can be complacent, they can be lethargic, overly protective, or attached, right? And resistance to healthy change. So here is the thing to become aware of. This is very important to know because you're going to be working with it and you're going to be learning how to get those things fixed. So when we are born, where we are born, from whom we are born, how we grow up. When you're a kid, you have a designated dosha or constitution. Sometimes you can be a person that have one very high prominent dosha, or you can have two kind of strong and one not so much. Very rarely you're gonna have the three doshas and like all balanced around the same intensity in one person. Very, very rarely. So I can say to you that I am rare. I am tridoshic, and I'll explain what that means. Anyway, we are going to go on to taking a little quiz to find out your first dosha, how you were born, your natural self's tendencies with the Prakruti quiz. The Prakruti quiz is one sheet, both sides. Let's see, would you pass this to people in the back there? Let's see, here we go. Would you pass this to those people there, please?